Football, the beautiful game, where tens of thousands of fans gather to support their teams with synchronised singing and banter. Yes, for many people, football is like a religion, and every year, two developers fight it out for football simulation supremacy. The battle between FIFA and PES has been going on for some time now, and their dominance has gone through swings and roundabouts, although most recently FIFA has been the more dominant brand. But rewind to 2004 and it was a completely different story, with Pro Evolution Soccer completely wiping the floor with FIFA. Fast forward to today and the two are still battling it out for the title. But which is better? Well, there's only one way to find out.
Fight!
So let's kick this match off with FIFA. You know that a game's improvements are lacklustre when the only new feature is the ability to play as female footballers. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a massive step for football simulation games, and I applaud EA for finally recognising that women's football has a place in video games. However, the only other real addition to the game is off-the-ball control. This allows you to remove the ball from your feet to enable you to feint and shimmy to create space for your next attacking move. EA and many fans will argue that this is not the only addition, which is true, but it's the only one you're really going to notice. Let's switch over to PES, who have also added improved one-on-one tricks, improved player collision and AI defence. It almost seems as if every year though, the two games have a host of almost identical new features. All the extra touches are nice to read and talk about, but how do the two games feel when playing? Again, when playing FIFA 16 compared to FIFA 15, there is not much to notice, but why try to fix something that's not broken? That's not to say everything is the same. The keepers now have more animations, improving them defensively and providing some slightly added confidence when on the defence. When in possession of the ball, the physics are mostly untouched. The ball's weight is about right and is only a little floaty at times, although I find that sometimes corners, free kicks and crosses don't provide enough impact or danger for the opposition. There appears to be no improvement to the collisions in FIFA either. I find a lot of the time my players are either mindlessly tripping over each other or getting tangled and tripping over the opposition. Mistiming a sliding tackle still looks impactful though, sending the opposition flying in the air or completely arse over tit, which would potentially lead to an injury and a yellow card. Whilst on the defence at times it feels like you chase the ball a lot. Sometimes putting in a well-timed standing tackle will only send the ball bouncing to the feet of the opposition, and although sliding tackles are supposed to have been improved, more often than not I find myself committing to the challenge, and even though I win the ball, my player does not recover quick enough and allows my opponent to keep possession. As to be expected, playing a match in Pro Evolution Soccer is much different. Immediately you'll notice that the pace of the game is quicker by default, with player reactions to passes and challenges being very sharp. I also find that the AI does appear to be improved, with players running for the ball to receive a pass rather than just standing there waiting for the ball to come to them. One of the big differences you'll notice between PES and FIFA is that when passing, crossing and shooting, your meter will fill up a lot quicker on PES, meaning the amount of time you need to hold down your respective button is greatly reduced and requires more accuracy. One of the things I've struggled to get to grips with in PES is the taking of free kicks, corners and goal kicks. When taking these, you have an indicator which estimates which direction the ball will travel in. This is controlled by the right analog stick, but is extremely sensitive and feels that a single nudge or movement will change the trajectory of the ball. On the defence with PES, I find that both standing and sliding tackles are more accurate than FIFA, allowing to defend with confidence should the inevitable time come.
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial.
Another gameplay feature that still exists in PES today is the ability to dive. Yes, even you can make your players about as manly as a basket full of kittens covered in glitter by letting them fall down like a sack of shit with the touch of about 6 buttons. Diving may be one of those things you wish didn't exist in a game, but the harsh reality is that it does, and diving at just the right time can have the ability to change the outcome of a match. However, get the timing wrong and it's a yellow card. No ifs, ands or buts. EA's mantra is that if it's in the game, it's in the game, but dives is something that has not been present in a FIFA game since FIFA 99. However, on the flip side, FIFA does have the option to turn on handballs, something PES does not have. But having handballs switched on is not always a good thing, as the game is very sensitive to this and tends to deem many things as handball. Moving on to other areas of the game, and as previously mentioned, FIFA now has the ability to play as female teams. Currently you can only choose from only 12 international teams in a short international tournament. You will notice when playing that all animations are different due to separate motion capture, and the pace of the game is slightly slower to the men's. However, you can still have a fiercely competitive match with the women's teams. It has been a long time coming for this feature, and well done to EA for being the first to implement it into their franchise.
The value of team play, several players involved, great passing, great movement on and off the ball, and a super goal.
Yeah, it was, the way he shifted the ball on. It was great team play, Martin, you're right.
Other features in FIFA is the continuation of the ever-popular Ultimate Team, individual tournaments and a host of online options including seasons, friendlies and the FIFA Interactive World Cup.
Indicator underneath the players have changed to green, and your team chemistry.
PES has its own answer to FIFA's Ultimate Team, which has the same basic fundamentals requiring you to select players that best suit each other and have a good relationship with the manager. But I can't help but feel this still needs work to be on par with FIFA. FIFA's career mode allows you to take the reins and manage a team of your choice and lead them to cup and league success by buying, selling and loaning new players, conducting press conferences and keeping on top of your team's training and expiring contracts. The Master League is a staple point for Konami's football franchise, which sees you pick a team of your choosing and starting off in the lower divisions. You will need to buy and sell your players to work your way up to the top division and the UEFA Champions League. Personally, I have always preferred the Master League over FIFA's career mode. It may not be as in-depth as FIFA, but sometimes the most important features in a game are the ones you leave out and don't weigh the game down. In terms of gameplay overall though, I do feel that I have a more balanced and enjoyable match with PES. It seems the physics and mechanics are an improvement and allows for a fast-paced game. That's not to say FIFA is bad, it's just a match in PES feels more enjoyable. The graphics in FIFA are always improving. With more facial scans on top players than ever before, it really brings a whole new level of authenticity to the game. Stadiums have been improved more this time around, with team names now being spelled out in the stands of the stadiums, as well as the stand's name on the back of the wall. Just take West Ham's beloved Bowling Ground for example. As to be expected, all teams have their official kits and sponsors, which adds to the overall authenticity of the game. With Pro Evolution Soccer, the graphics are great in their own way, with the pitch, stadium, crowd and players all looking very detailed. In some cases, some players' likeness look better than FIFA. However, the struggle PES has always had is the lack of official licenses, meaning the game cannot use real team names and kits. However, this is backed up with the ability to completely edit your team's names, kits, badge, manager name and photo and stadium name. And with the help of some very talented designers, you can download the official kits and badges etc. from the internet to import into your game to give it a more authentic feel. However, this feature is only available to PS4 owners, meaning Xbox One owners are shit out of luck. The crowd in any football match can have a massive impact on your team. They are essentially the 12th man. This is just as important in games. Having authentic crowd chants, cheers and jeers help provide the big match atmosphere that is ever present in modern day football. FIFA does this almost to perfection. Many English teams have their official songs such as Crystal Palace's CPFC, Liverpool's You'll Never Walk Alone and West Ham's I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles. The crowd get louder when you have a good attacking movement and quiet down when not much is happening.
Song! That is a fantastic goal.
Now this is where PES drastically needs improvement. The crowd do not have the same effect. There are times when you're playing the game and you put a slide tackle in which causes the crowd to boo the ref. However, the change is instant and sounds something like from a PS1 game. It is not smoothly mixed in with the other crowd noises to make it sound more authentic. The chants in PES are very basic and do not have any real identity to them. There is even this weird kind of whistle noise that sounds something like out of Return of the Jedi. This brings us on to the commentary. FIFA have the duo of Martin Tyler and Alan Smith again, who have great chemistry together and their conversations feel very genuine. The whole match feels like an authentic Sky Sports broadcast, from the team lineups to future events such as West Ham's impending move to the Olympic Stadium. Now to PES. There is something about Peter Drury that just sounds so dull. His voice really grates on me, and that's coming from me. The way the commentary is put together feels so outdated and as a whole needs a complete makeover. Alongside Peter Drury is the even more dull Jim Beglin, who again has a very unnatural commentary voice when providing voiceover to this game. Where Martin Tyler and Alan Smith make their commentary on FIFA feel so natural, Peter Drury and Jim Beglin almost want you to know they're reading from a script.
He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Fulham didn't really deal with the wide play. It was a lovely dribble down the flank, but really they've got to double up to try and stop that, and I think with the attempted goal too, they were a little fortunate.
So overall, which of these two games deserve your money? Whilst the latest instalment of PES is greatly improved to its predecessors and is great fun to play, FIFA still provides that big game atmosphere and authenticity that really adds to your enjoyment and experience to the game. Although I would recommend FIFA over PES this year, I can't help but feel that EA are looking over their shoulders once more as Konami is fastly creeping up behind, ready to steal the crown for football simulation supremacy.
Nicely controlled. Shoots! Goal!
Fraser Forster perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that